Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to the Brandy Yvonne channel. Of course, I'm your girl, Brandy Yvonne. Here at my channel, we do fun reviews, recaps, and discussions of all of our favorite shows. This particular video, we are talking BET Plus's College Hill Celebrity Edition, Season 3, Episode 5, I think we're on now. Mardi Gras Mishaps. Before we get into it, don't forget to do all other things like subscribing to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, share the video where you like to share your content, comment down below, let me know what y'all thought of the episode. Okay, like I told y'all, we catching up. Okay, look at y'all getting 2 videos today. Okay, we just doing the work in the order here. Anyway, and this is probably the last video of the night, just so y'all know. I haven't forgot about the Family Empire show. I'm gonna get there. Okay. I only watched the first episode to be honest, so I gotta catch up. But it's summer break, we outside. Anywho, let me make this quick because I just threw some bacon in the oven. Side note, personal story. I decided to make some homemade bacon burgers tonight. You know, even though yes, I'm still, doing my fitness thing, but I'm one of those people I can't be I can eat healthy for a little while, but I gotta eat what I want to eat as well. So just pray for me in my journey. But I did my workout today. I had a salad earlier. Anyway, enough of that. I don't want to be talking too long and then my bacon be burning in the oven. I had it on 400 and I was like, let me turn it down to 375 just in case the video get a little long-winded, okay? Let me know what y'all be putting y'all bacon on in the oven. Now, I should have did it on the stove because it's hot as hell in California, so I had to turn my air up. It's hot everywhere, though. But bacon be fighting you on the stove and stuff. So I was like, well, I could put it in the oven and I can get this video done while it's cooking versus, I can't do the video and cook it on the stove because that would be dangerous. I thought that might be a fun video. But y'all let me know what y'all be putting y'all's on. What you be doing. Anyway, let's get into the video though. So let's see the episode. Basically, did they leave off, pick up where they left off? I don't think so. No. It was like the next morning. And they were getting ready for the Mardi Gras day. I think that's where they started. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But I believe they started with the Mardi Gras day. Anyway, the professor who teaches the culture of Mardi Gras class, I have forgot what the class is called to this episode, she was knocking at the door, right? So she was knocking at the door and she's there. She had on like some traditional Mardi Gras parade things. And she was there to go with them to the parade for the field trip, remind them of the assignment, which was they have to take 5 pictures and they're going to write a 200-word thing about each picture. Pictures about like different people or what's going on in the parade, the cultural impact, that kind of thing. And they're going to do a PowerPoint presentation, which proved to be challenging for some of them later on, and we'll get to it. Anyway, shut up, I got my phone wasn't on silent. I always do that. Anyway, so the professor came, Saucy said Tana is asleep. Tamar's like, how's me? And the professor is here. Nick goes upstairs to wake up, said Tana, like, come on, the professor's here, like, come on, come on, we gotta go to Mardi Gras, like, come on, like, she came all the way here to see you. You should be happy. Somebody want to see you, like, come on. He still don't want to go to bed. He was at one point, we saw him just laying there eating. When it was time to go to Mardi Gras, he was just laying there eating. And I'm like, Saucy, like, this is the easiest assignment. Like, if you told me my homework was to go to Mardi Gras and take 5 pictures and write a little 200-word essay, that's nothing. Like, that's easy. I could do that every day. Like, that's easy. Like, he couldn't even do that. Like, come on. Really? Come on. Like, is it just, and then you rather lay in bed than go to Mardi Gras? At least they're giving you a reason to go to Mardi Gras. Like, come on. Anyway, that's, in my opinion, just lazy. Anyway, so they got ready to go. She was telling them, different things they could take pictures of, and she was saying, interview the people, so they can take their pictures. And she was saying you can ask about the face paint, but if you don't want to, it's okay. And they got into, how they have the professor had told us about even the non-black people doing face paint and blackface and all that. And so Carlos and everybody got kind of worked up about it again, especially Carlos. And Tamar was saying, it's their culture. Like, she said she's not going to look at it in a negative way. She's going to think about the positive. She's like, what about the Black Indians? Like, she wants to have a good time. And I feel like her perspective was right. At the end of the day, we know the cultural implications of blackface and all that. And I totally agree with Carlos, like, don't look right. But, that is the culture. And, it's better to go into it positively and learn than to just go into it negatively. And that's what Tamar was saying, right? So they went to the Mardi Gras parade. And they were having a really good time. They seen the Zulu people. And so it did change Carlos's mind. Nick said he was a walking contradiction because he complained about everything, but then he gets it. And, sometimes that's what it takes, right? So they were taking pictures and seeing everything. Claudia said it was really fun for them to experience this whole thing, the food, the drinking, the festivities, and all that. She's like, this is the event, Saucy. This is like Saucy's event. And that's how I feel. Like, Saucy is Mardi Gras. Kind of like what Claudia was saying. Like, he needed to be there. And side note, I have not been to Mardi Gras yet, and I still want to go. And it looks like a lot of fun. So, anywho, they were taking pictures, and Carlos, I guess, was talking to some of the ones with the face paint and looking at them and learned. And he did see that they weren't making fun of, Black people in any kind of way. Like, they were representing the culture. And he was even talking with the professor about it. So anyway, then they got home and, they're doing the assignment. They also have to do their philosophy assignment where they're going to do the final debate thing, right? And so Nick is like, dang, I got to do that. I don't know if I'm going to go to this class. I got to do that. And Carlos is like, no, come on, you're going to do both. Like, don't be talking yourself out of it. And I like how they're all encouraging each other to get their work done. I really appreciate that about this season. I wish Saucy would get on it. Anyway, so the girls, Claudia's like, I don't have 1 point for this debate together yet. So the girls go upstairs to figure out what they're going to talk about for the debate because they don't want the men to hear, right? Now, I think at some point, Saucy, he was like, hey, my team good. Y'all got it. And he snuck out the house at one point. And he said he's going to see his tutor. He ain't worried about Nick and Carlos. They got it, the debate thing on lock, right? So then he came home at 5 something in the morning. And he's waking up everybody in the house, stomping through the house, going upstairs. He did knock on Angela's door, even though he tried to deny it later. He went in Nick's room. He's just doing too much, right? Nick told him to get out of his room. Claudia came out there yelling at him. She was like, everybody's trying to sleep. She's like, are you ready for your debate tomorrow? Are you ready? And she's like, my team. He's like, my team right here. My team right here. You not on my team. And you know what? Saucy, love you, but when you would have had one last time to wake me up. Oh no, I definitely would have went off on him. I definitely would have went off on him. I don't play by my sleep. I need my sleep. Do not wake me up. And then he, in the morning when everybody is really ready to get up, he's laying on the sofa with pizza all on the sofa asleep. Carlos yelling to get him up. He's not getting up. He didn't get up to go to class, so they had to do the debate without him. So they go on to class. They're like, okay, he ain't getting up. What a waste. Anyway, that make us feel like, oh, y'all. I might have to pause and check on that. Anywho, moving on. So they go to the Mardi Gras class to present their PowerPoints. Everyone shares, what they got from it. Claudia said that she's been to Mardi Gras before, she was on a float. So this is different for her to be in the audience, be able to really soak it in. Oh, side note, when they were at the parade, I don't know if it was the mayor or the officials, whoever shouted out College Hill Celebrity Edition Season 3, and they named everybody on the cast. I don't believe they named Saucy because he was not there. Anywho, so Claudia just said how, the culture and how everything, there was never a dull moment. Everyone that came through was excitement. let's see, Tamar talked about the queen, how she's a lawyer and how like it's about popularity, but also like people making an impact in the community, and she's never going to forget the cultural impact of Mardi Gras. She said this was her first time in her whole life attending Mardi Gras. Nick went up there. Nick, he looked like he's very much unprepared. So anyway, he said he didn't know how to transfer the pictures to the PowerPoint. Now I don't understand what the problem with that was. Like, but I mean, I can understand if you have technical difficulties. Now, it looked like they were using, unless they're using their phones or a real camera. I mean, even if you're using your phone, you could have airdropped it to your laptop. I don't know. Anyway, you know, sometimes we have our little technical difficulties. Sometimes it can be hard. So he talked about how he thought Mardi Gras was just white women showing their boobs and getting beads, and everybody's laughing like, and Carl was like, I can't believe he said that. And I was like, why did you say that? Like, you was doing so good this whole time, Nick, until you said that. But he was saying about, you know, learning about the history of it and all that. Angela was another one who said she didn't know how to do PowerPoint. She should have just asked somebody, but she didn't know how to do PowerPoint. So she was just kind of showing the pictures and explaining what she learned. I truly don't remember what she said she got from it. Anyway, I hope my video didn't mess up. I seen a little Wi-Fi thing coming up. But let me know if the video skipped, y'all. Let me know in the comments. So Carlos went up and he said, you know, how he had an issue with the whole blackface and the painting, and he even got into it with his professor and his classmates about it. But then when he looked at the people in their eyes, and he could see that they were, you know, really representing the culture and they didn't mean any malice. He changed his views on it. He felt like he did the best on his project. He said that he understood the cultural thing they were doing, but he said he still didn't feel like it was necessary for them to be painting their face. And probably not. But, you know, I'm glad when I even seeing it on the screen myself, me not even being there and watching the episode, I can see that it wasn't like, I couldn't even tell which ones were white people, to be honest. I had to look very hard to tell who was not black, because they had so much paint on, and it did not feel like, you know, it was not like the same connotation of blackface as we think of it in the negative historically way for black people. It was not the same connotation at all. So I understand it better myself as well, right? And the professors did say Carlos had the most awakening with this assignment. Anyway, then they move on to the philosophy class. The professor's like, white professor said, where is your other teammate for the boys? Because the boys against the girls. And Saucy, they said Saucy not coming. They don't know what's going on. He gets an F. And they have to, you know, be down a teammate. So remember, the debate is about, what is that big word? I forgot the word. What was it? I don't remember. I forgot. It's in the last video. Okay. Something ism. It's institutional. No. Anyway, basically it's the idea of, can you be truly happy in an unjust world? So the girls' side was the no side, and the boys' side was the yes side. So they're doing the debate. Like, I feel like Carlos and Nick lost the debate because the way they started, because Carlos is talking about being short and Nick is tall and he's had this basketball career and made all this money. But does that mean that short people aren't going to be happy? And it all starts in your mind. Like, I agree, happiness starts in your mind, right? And I can see both sides of the argument, right? Because you got to be individually happy, but it can be hard when you see, you know, unjust things and the way the world is and the unfairness of the world and the cruelties going on around us, right? So I totally get both sides of this debate. It's a very interesting debate. However, him starting off with the tall and the short thing, I felt was very like shallow. And I feel like that's probably what lost some points with the professor. Now, the professor and other students in the class are judging the debate, and they will decide who's the winner. And whoever is the winner gets the A for the final, right, in the class. So they started talking about Nelson Mandela and how he was in jail, and I guess he was like content because he felt like him going to jail was for a greater good. So Angela's like, okay, but nobody's going to be happy going to jail. And then the women are making their points. Carlos is not letting the women speak, and the professor did say, okay, you're going to cross-examine, but let's try not to speak over each other. it got very nasty, and everyone's Carlos kept cutting the women off. Tamar was like, "You're not letting me speak. You're not letting me speak." Um, Claudius then said something about, oh, you guys, these guys could truly never be happy. Like they're self medicating every day and they're still not happy. So then the men are like, oh, because you want to go personal. And so, like, you want to talk about mama. So then they're like, okay, so um, they're going back and forth, and Carl says, I can't believe, Miss Claudia Jordan, the professional arguer, shit starter, would get so personal and all this stuff. And he's saying Miss Braxton and all that. So at the end of the day, the women won, right? So the men are outside, they're salty. Now, they look like they were smoking out there. So anyway, but Claudia didn't say smoking, she said self-medicating, but we know what self-medicating means. So the men are mad, especially Nick, about her saying self-medicating, and he's talking about her white side came out in that moment. It was kind of funny. Tamar came out there to talk to them, and then Claudia came, and they're basically in their feelings, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you wanted to get personal. You want to talk about, me smoking weed." She was like, "I didn't say smoking weed. I said self-medicating." She was like, I think she was implying like I was partaking with you. So then he was like, nah, Claudia Jordan, the colorist, you want to bring out your white side now and all this stuff. So then it got really ugly and dark and nasty from there. Hold on, y'all. I gotta just check this bacon real quick. All right, y'all, I'm back. Bacon is good. No worries. Anyway, um, so like I said, Claudia and Tamar and Carlos and Nick were getting into it. And Nick called Claudia the colorist thing and said that he did that because she um was over there, snitching on him, talking about self-medicating, talking about him smoking weed, and he knows that she's been called a colorist in the past. So that's what he said. And they showed all these little Twitter headlines. Now, I was not fully familiar. I've heard a lot of people call Claudia colorist, and I remember when she was on Real Housewives of Atlanta. I don't remember the specific comment that people reference when they're referring to Claudia as a colorist. If y'all know it, please let me know in the comments. And she later on in her confessional, because that really upset her. Tamar was like, "Come on, let's walk away," and Tamar was like, that's something she's had to deal with for a long time. That's like something that really hurts her. And she said in confessional that she made some bad jokes a long time ago when she was on, I guess, Real Housewives, and those have haunted her, and she truly does apologize for it. And she just hates that, that becomes a thing now, so she's upset about that. I think she eventually had to go do her show. And so then somewhere back inside, I don't know where Nick went, but Carlos and Tamar and Claudia were talking, and Carlos was like, I didn't say it, Nick said it. And so he was like, he was kind of consoling her and he was apologizing. And they were saying, like, you and Nick need to have a conversation. But at some point, Nick was by her. I thought she was crying. Anyway, I think she had somebody with colored hair walked away with her. I don't know if it was a producer or who it was, but she had to go do her show, right? So then Carlos is like, we got a lot going on, so much disrespect and stuff, like we need to get on one accord. Tamar was like, yeah, we need to have a family meeting. So they got lunch, and they were like in one of those conference rooms on campus or a classroom or something. And Saucy shows up to school finally, talking about where lunch at. I was like, you was just at home, and he don't want eating the hardest up there. I was like, really trifling. Anyway, um, he came in there like, hey, where's lunch? More sex right here. Awesome mess. Anyway, so Carlos brought up, we got to be respectful and have boundaries and respect people's boundaries and all that. Like, waking people up in the house. And Saucy's like, oh, this is just coming up now. Like, you guys been waking up from day one. Like, it's coming up day one now. And so Angela's like, no, I've been said something. I've been yelled at you about it. Like, I've been talked about it. Saucy's like, I haven't woken you up. And so Angela's like, no, you woke me up last night when last time he did it. And so he was like, no, he didn't, but they showed a flashback where he did wake her up. So then they're going back and forth. And so Angela's getting mad because she's like, he finna make Black China come out, right? And so then it's getting a little escalated, and Carlos is like, look, we just need to like respect each other. Like people are trying to get their sleep, they're trying to do their assignments. It's stressful. You can't come in the house waking people up. So Saucy and Angela were good. He said he don't let no B tell him what to do, but he liked China, so they good. And they hugged it out. She was like, I don't want you to be mad at me. Well, like, girl, you who cares if he waking you up? But anyway, they all worked it out, talked about it. Carlos said they just need to have each other's back and all that stuff, right? So then, at some point we saw Claudia and Black China go to track practice, and so they practiced with the team and they had to do some sprinting drills. And Claudia used to run track. This is new for Angela, but she has been running. So Claudia said it was a lot for her first day of training, but they got through it, and that was cool to see. Claudia spoke to somebody on the phone. I don't know if it was her mama, her friend, whoever, about the incident with the colorism, and how she was crying and how she wanted to get through the show. She told Carlos like she didn't really want to get into it because for the sake of the show, they got a lot of work to do. She wanted to keep it moving. They be breaking the fourth wall quite a bit on this show, but I'm not mad at it. So anyway, they get back to the house. They're trying to figure out this policy thing. That's like the next assignment they need to really get ready for. Again, Saucy is not helping out with the homework, really. They're trying to, Nick is again getting on him about the homework. Every scene, he ain't doing it, he not hearing it, he's not having it. So Claudia said, she had an idea about the housing policy she's telling the guys, and they're all working on the assignment except for Saucy. Saucy came through like, I want to interrupt y'all studying. I'm like, you should be with them studying. He's like, y'all got it. I'm like, Lord have mercy. So then the next morning they're getting ready now to present the policy to the senator, right? Now Tamar had a prior engagement, so she had to leave. I'm sorry. Tamar had to leave. Angela said somebody has to do her part. Saucy came in there. He's like, y'all studying? I don't want to interrupt. He wore his little cute jean outfit with the flowers. So they were telling him, okay, you could present the LGBTQ part. That is very nice of them to do all that work. And he did not help to do a group project like that and still give. And I know they typed up that part and came up with it. And to let him speak it, that was very nice of them, because you would not be coming in at the end of my group project and thinking you're going to get a part and all that. No. Yeah, group projects be stressful. They be too much. Sometimes they can go well though. I feel like with 2 people is decent. When you get to getting like 4 or 5 people is when it gets, iffy. So they were preparing to go, do the policy thing. They get there, they're very nervous. They're like, we're not sure. We don't know how we're going to do this. And I think that's pretty much where it ended. So next week we'll see how it went when they present it to the senator. I think they'll do better than they think they will, right? And Big Frida is going to be on next episode. We know that Big Frida, I believe, was on season 1 of College Hill Celebrity Edition. So I'm excited to see what Big Frida will bring to them next episode, and how Big Frida will encourage them, right? Anyway, y'all, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I got to finish this food, okay? But I will talk to y'all again very soon. Bye.